I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano, and I'm a chef on a mission. Chefonamission.com is where you can read all about me and find my blog and a lot of these videos. I want to talk about one of the biggest, I'm just doing a little series on scams in the restaurant industry, and I want to talk about one of the biggest scams. I've seen a bunch of chefs. Hold on, I have a phone call coming in. Yeah, give them a call back. So, one of the big scams is kosher salt. A lot of people buy kosher salt because they think it's a purer salt, and they you know, because it's kosher, and chefs love it because it has a larger flakes. And kosher salt is the same, it's processed in the same chemical way as table salt. There is no difference between kosher salt and table salt. Maybe that it's certified kosher, if that. That's the only difference. It's still void of all minerals. It's still a highly toxic food. It's no better than table salt, and chefs think they're using kosher salt because it's so much better. It's a scam. Call Morton's. Morton's will tell you. Morton's makes both kind of salts. Call these people. Ask them. I did. I've known this for years. One chef pulled me aside years ago and said, you know, this stuff is just, it's kosher salt. We use it because it's bigger and chefs like it, but it's still the same as regular iodized salt. It's still the same stuff. It's the same chemical processing. So say no to kosher salt. If you want a good salt, buy something that is unheat processed, unsulfured, where all the minerals are left intact, that has never touched stainless steel. When it's ground, it's either ground by ceramic or stone, because as soon as salt touches metal, it starts leaching out metal like nickel and everything. You don't want that stuff in your salt. So you want a high quality salt like Himalayan salt that is, but you gotta be careful because you go to the store and you see Himalayan salt, or you see sea salts. A lot of sea salts are highly processed to begin with. A lot of them are just a downright scam to begin with, because doesn't most salt come from the sea? Of course it does. That's where salt is made from. So be extremely careful about the sea salt you buy. Kosher salt, I wouldn't buy it. I don't buy it. I haven't used it in probably 15 years in my cooking. I always look for a high quality sea salt or Himalayan salt. Do some research on the company. Make sure they're not using, you know, any metal devices to grind. A lot of them aren't, because they know that kind of stuff. But you never know. But sometimes you go to restaurants and you see, you know, salt in metal containers. And you see them touching metal, and you see, you know, or if it's getting ground with like a salt grinder. Sometimes they might put it into a pepper grinder and do it. And those are metal. Ceramic would be the best in that case. So kosher salt's a scam. Look for high quality, super high quality. Salt is one of those things, and a lot of things like that, where you get what you pay for. You want to spend the most money you possibly can. I do. It's going to be probably 10 to 20 times difference versus kosher salt, even more than that. It's just a totally different salt. These high quality, high-end salts that are loaded with minerals, but still use salt very sparingly. I use it very sparingly in my personal life, if I even use it at all. So it's, you know, don't think because it's loaded with minerals that you can just use it and abuse it. That's not what I'm trying to say here. It's about buying the high quality, the best possible salt you can when you do use salt. So I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano, kosher salt.